Ehurusturezas, ansus raido kenas, Yebo onjo hagalas, naudis isa yera. Juhas pethro elgas, soilo tihuas, percano ewomanas, lagus ingvas degas, othala. Welcome to Ancestral Wisdom. This is my first video on the channel, and I think it's important to mention that I don't believe myself to be some purveyor of ancestral wisdom. Rather, the reason for starting the channel is to develop a community of people who are interested in ancestral wisdom, in European mythology, and who would like to have rich discussions in order to uncover with me some amount of ancestral wisdom, because it's there to be found in our myths and in ourselves and in nature around us. And so for the first video of our channel, I thought it would be a good idea to come out to the garden. I've only owned this property for a few months, but I've been able to get a decent amount done. And as the recent thunderstorms, we've had 2 or 3 days of scattered thunderstorms and rain, as they've been coming through, I've been reminded of Thor. Now, Thor in the mythology, and linguists or Norwegians themselves will be able to clarify in the comment section below a little bit better for me, but as far as I'm aware, Thor is etymologically related to the word thunder, and Loki is etymologically related to the word lightning. And the ancients used to say that Loki, the lightning, would come and Thor would chase Loki through the sky during a thunderstorm. And well, of course, the lightning comes first, and then the thunder follows behind it. The thunder chases the lightning. Sometimes it gets really close to catching the lightning. You almost hear the lightning and see the thunder at the same time, but since light is quicker than sound, the thunder will never catch the lightning. Thor will never catch Loki. What does it mean? Does it mean that our ancestors thought that there were these real anthropomorphic gods flying through the sky during a thunderstorm, and that's the way that they understood what a thunderstorm was? If you believe that, that's fine, but that's not the way that I view our mythology. I view it symbolically. Now, Thor is known in our mythology as the slayer of giants. Now, without being Norwegians, it's very difficult to uncover the symbolism in here because of the language. The giants in Norwegian, and of course linguists or Norwegians themselves can correct me if I'm wrong or clarify further in the comments, the term for them is Etins, E-T-T-I-N-S, I believe. And Etins is more closely related to our word eating than it is our word giant. So I might translate the word Etins not as giants, but as those which consume. Now Thor is the slayer, with his hammer Mjolnir, the slayer of those which consume, the slayer of Etins. Now, If we imagine the atoms as symbols of chaos, because chaos is consuming, life springs forth, humans put things into order, but chaos consumes. We make something beautiful out of wood, it rots. We age, and we die. Disease comes, chance occurrences, storms, catastrophe, death, chaos. It takes the organization, the way that we've organized our lives, and it throws it into disarray. Well, Thor is a force of order. He slays the atoms. He puts order to the chaos. Well, Loki, especially in his guise of lightning, is half Aten. He's half chaos. And it's usually that aspect of him that we see in the mythology. And so, it's not Thor chasing Loki. It's order chasing chaos. And of course, order will never catch the chaos. We can try to put order to our lives. We can try to stay healthy. We can try to create a garden. But it's never going to stay exactly as we planted it, is it? Where I am, there are a lot of deer. And we just had a few deer come through and eat the strawberry plant. Just bit this strawberry plant right off. They came over to the herb garden over here, and they bit off some of this parsley. I hope I'm turning the camera in a way that you can actually see that, otherwise it would look kind of silly. And we had heat come through. I recently had a child, and I was away taking care of my wife during a heat wave a few weeks ago, and I wasn't able to stay here and cultivate the garden. And well, since I wasn't able to stay here and cultivate the garden and put order to the chaos, some celery that I had just planted and was about that big died, because especially in the heat it needs a lot of water in order to be able to sustain itself and thrive. So it's no coincidence that Thor is not only the god of protection, slaying giants with his hammer, Mjolnir, but he's also the god of farming. Because farming and growing crops is our way of putting order to the chaos. Cultivating a piece of land, cultivating a family, making repairs around the property. Why do so many people call out to Thor when they're exercising or working out? Well, he's their symbol of willpower, the will to cultivate their bodies to become healthy and strong. And what is becoming healthy and strong if not trying to put some order to the chaos? And strengthening ourselves so that we will be able to have the power to continue to put order to the chaos. So one thing that I'll urge everyone to do is, no matter what, continue to evoke Thor in your own life. Continue to put order to the chaos which surrounds you. If you do that, not saying that everything will be perfect, Lightning does strike after all. But what else can you do? Should we be depressed that we're never going to catch the chaos? That Thor will never completely overtake Loki? No. In fact, I'd be depressed if he did. Because if he did, then the work would be over. And life is an everlasting process. It's a becoming. It's an evolution. It's without end. It's cyclical. If Loki were to be subdued finally, caught by Thor, the meaning of life would dissolve, because life is the struggle onwards and upwards. Euos Elgas. In the next video, I'm going to brew some mead and try to find a way to connect our mythology to brewing, which should actually be fairly easy. So if you have any insights about what I have said today, if you have any corrections, please let me know in the comments below. Again, the purpose of this channel is for me to learn, for me to increase my understanding, not for me to get up on my soapbox and tell you these things that I know. I want to discover new things. I want, in the comments below, to find out things that I've never found out before. I want to learn things that I've never learned before. And I want to see things in ways that I've never seen them before. Feurus thurgisas ansus raido kenas Yebo wanjo hagalas naudis isaira You as perthro helgas So ilo manas lagusing vas dega o Thor.